What's going on, people of the internet? Hyperchaotic here with the K, double R, and welcome back, or welcome. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I apologize if it looks like I'm creeping out of the dark like a weirdo. The timing of the light. But I'm out on a late night walk doing a quick errand for a family member at my home. Of course, there would be a plane passing by right about now. Because sometimes when I'm just not in a good mood, whatever the case may be, whether I be upset about something, angry, sad, I always try to give myself an objective to do, to kind of take my mind off of things and get myself so focused on whatever the priority is right in front of me, that I'm not even thinking about whatever it was that was bringing me down in the first place. I say that as I literally walk into a shadow. Because funny enough, there is a specific cloud lately that's been casting a shadow over my head. And needless to say that I can deal with this cloud by just uninstalling it off of my phone. Wonderful. Now, as you can probably tell from my title and thumbnail and where I'm probably going with this, the cloud that's casting a shadow over me is TikTok. Because I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I've been giving that platform a try for quite a while now. I decided to be open-minded, and I gave it a try back in, I would say, 2019, 2020. So, up until now, I've definitely been using TikTok for a few years as a user. Look at that, casting down a light on me because I'm choosing to abandon TikTok. Glorious. Another one. But jokes aside, yeah, I've been using it for a while as a regular user, and I would say 2 to 3 years now as a content creator, trying to upload and create stuff originally for that platform. Okay, maybe it was a bad idea to record outside, because usually I pay no mind to the planes flying above me, but whenever I do record outside, they become more and more noticeable. Like, my creative brain gets turned on and I just notice every single noise that I typically tune out when I go out for a walk. Whoops, well, I just went in the wrong direction. My destination's on the other block. And look, I'll start off by saying this about TikTok. It is genuinely somewhat an addicting app when you actually get down a rabbit hole of content you actually like. If all you get is nothing but garbage brain rot, trust me, you're gonna leave the app no problem. I don't understand people who complain about nothing but the brain rot on TikTok. Because if you really don't like it that much, then why do you keep engaging with it? It's common sense. If you engage with the content, that's the content you're gonna continue to get. But at the same time, I will say this. Lately, it has felt like TikTok has recommended nothing but garbage or the same old regurgitated trend videos over and over again. Or if I do get videos I like, they're videos I've already watched. Which, you know, I don't mind rewatching a good video, a good meme here and there. But if for some reason the For You page needs to regurgitate it 5 more fucking times in a row, yeah, then at that point I guess there's no more content for me to watch. And funny enough, I have found some content creators out there that I actually like from TikTok. But I don't watch them on TikTok. That's the funny part. I have some content creators, TikTok content creators I like, and I don't watch them on TikTok. Because I don't need to watch them on TikTok. They're also available on YouTube. And believe it or not, sorry for my stuttering. Believe it or not, people, that's kind of want to go with my rant. Is how the more and more I use TikTok, the more and more it just makes me want to go back to YouTube. And how much that platform just makes me not stand it. I can't stand it. And it's not because of the content, but all the bullshit you have to deal with as a content creator. Trying to be a content creator on that platform from the ground up is starting to feel like it's impossible if you're not utilizing their promotional feature, aka paying for views, aka pay to fucking win, baby. What's that? You're a content creator making your content for the very first time, starting off from nothing but with your phone? Go fuck yourself. Give us money.
I'm here for money.
What's that? You want followers? Money.
I'm here for money. Money.
You want views? Money.
I'm here for money. Money.
You want people to even notice your videos at all? Give us money. And that's just one form of suppression. I have literally discovered that TikTok shadow bans new videos to followers. And this is not just something I tested with my own account, but I tested this with other content creators as well. Random content creators that I would follow. And I literally have a video with this evidence on my channel right now. Do you have to right now? Okay, seriously, how many of you motherfuckers are seriously flying out of Midway Airport at this late at night? And another one, back to back. This is why I can't do outside vlogs. And from what I've been hearing from content creators that have used a promotional tool, well, sometimes you get what you pay for, in a sense. And basically what I mean by that is, if you pay for a specific amount of videos, that's probably the most you're gonna get. But you'll get views, but probably no likes or comments. And this has led to people suspecting that these views are probably botted. So there's a chance a promotional tool is literally botted views you're paying for if you're using the promotional tool. So basically it's a scam. Anybody who is using the TikTok promotional tool, you're literally falling for a scam from the platform itself. Can you imagine if YouTube did some shit like that? Now they do have a promotional feature for videos on YouTube, but as far as I know, when people actually use it, there is a chance people will notice your video, because the way it works is it essentially puts your video over other people's videos like an ad. Which, let's be honest, nobody's gonna watch your fucking video over somebody else's video that they actually wanted to watch. I mean, I don't know how a promotional feature would actually work on YouTube, but I mean, come on YouTube, let's be honest. Do you really think somebody's gonna want to watch somebody else's video over their favorite content creator's video that they actually clicked on? People are gonna click the skip ad in a heartbeat. But I digress. This video is not about YouTube, it's about TikTok. So if the promotional scams wasn't bad enough, you're also trying to gain the attention of people with fried attention spans. And as somebody who does long form content, yeah, I'm wasting my time trying to gain an audience on that platform. And you know what's funny? Recently they did do an update to where people can now upload 1-hour videos. They're actually trying to directly compete with YouTube now with long form content. But what's hilarious is no content creators on TikTok even know about this. Because for those who do experiment with long form content, they do it on YouTube, not on TikTok. And for everybody else, they don't go to TikTok for long form content, just shorts. Nobody wants a 1-hour TikTok. Oh, hey there. Forgive me for switching over to Inside Cam. I just came back from my errand, and I'm guessing you probably got tired of the audio fading in and out due to me constantly covering the microphone. I'm not gonna lie, it's not very easy to hold the camera up while recording yourself on a walk and trying to hold it right while it's, you know, facing frontwards towards you and not cover the microphone. I'm not exactly sure which side it's on. It's either on the bottom or the top. Depends on the phone. Oh, never mind the hole, as you can probably tell. It's just so I could have some coffee. You know, probably should have cut the hole better. And so I can have me a smoke. Because talking about this shit is starting to stretch me out a little bit. I'm about to speed run through this rant because frankly, I'm not gonna lie, using TikTok so long has demoralized me from making content to the point where lately I haven't been in the mood very much to make content at all. I mean, I have still been pushing a few videos out lately, but I wouldn't be surprised if just by listening to my voice, if it sounds like I'm just not in the mood to record. because I've been hearing it in my own voice, and I was questioning whether or not I should post those videos anyways. But at the same time, I already have so much content ideas that I want to catch up on that I don't want to start slagging behind again. I've been trying to do that lately. Catch up on some content ideas that I want to do. But I haven't been able to do that because I've been having a lot of freaking computer troubles behind the scenes. And now TikTok troubles. YouTube troubles too. But the issues I've been having on TikTok are a whole lot worse. That it's not even worth the views I've been getting on TikTok. And let's be clear, it is much easier to get views on TikTok than it is on YouTube. Much easier. But the views are not even worth it. Because for whatever following you do get, they're going to forget they're even following you after a while. Because going back around to the whole promotional thing, it also works side by side with its shadow banning. And I want you to think about it. If they shadow ban your page and your content and you're not getting any views, but the system is constantly saying, oh, use the promotional feature, use the promotional feature. You want to get views and get seen? Use the promotional feature. They're hoping you'll get sad and desperate enough to give them money for views. Said views you could have gotten if they simply just didn't shadow ban you. And I don't just mean shadow banning in the regular For You page. I mean even in the following page for your followers to notice you. And by the way, I actually have some evidence of this on my YouTube channel. I've actually collected evidence of shadow banning on my YouTube channel. Okay, and I'm not just talking about my content, but even other content creators as well. I tested my little shadow ban method, my little shadow ban test on other content creators I decided to follow at random on my For You page and just see if I even got some of the most recent content in my following page at all. In some cases I didn't. In other cases I didn't get their content in my following at all. It was like I never followed them. I even made sure to ring the bell and I would get nothing. And what's funny enough is every time I would go back to follow and unfollow to see if that would fix it, I would notice that the bell was unringed after I just rang it. Please tell me, TikTok, what's the point of the bell, which is meant to notify you of every upload of your favorite creator, if you're just going to unbell me? While you're at it, why don't you just unfollow me too, you assholes? Why even bother building an audience on that platform if TikTok's just going to shadow ban them and prevent them from seeing your content to the point where they forget they're even following you? And I'm not exaggerating. I also have a compilation of videos from TikTok content creators on my channel, of TikTok content creators calling out TikTok on their own hypocrisy when censorship. And another one of small business content creators calling out TikTok for hurting their business. Not the US government TikTok ban. TikTok itself is hurting small TikTok businesses. Those fucking lying pieces of shit. Oh, and by the way, that's not even including unfair and BS guideline strikes. The amount of times I've gotten those on my videos and on my channel for absolutely nothing. Sometimes they don't give me a reason at all. In other cases, they give me a community guideline strike for harassment and bullying. All because the algorithm couldn't understand the context of what the fuck I was saying in my video. Now, I get more of those on comments more than anything. But when I do get a reason for a video, it's usually harassment and bullying over something that was taken out of context by the algorithm. Because it can't understand context and how it's stretched in the English language for shit. Not like because it was made in China or anything, but simply because it's just a fucking robot. You know, robots, no matter how much you program them, they'll never understand language to the extent that humans can. The way we stretch context, the way we mean things without directly saying what we mean, and still having somebody understand us. put it bluntly, robots, algorithms, whatever you want to call them, they are semantic as hell. So they know nothing of stretching context. And of course, there's also constant issues of TikTok muting videos when there was nothing wrong with them. Unless, of course, you use non-copyrighted music on a TikTok when their system doesn't even register it. Then your video gets muted and you get a copyright claim for non-copyrighted music. I've literally used non-copyrighted music from YouTube's Creative Commons section, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you grab something from Creative Commons, that's basically people putting shit in the public domain for anybody to use, whether it's for regular creative use or for commercial use. Free of charge, financial free of charge, and copyright free of charge. There's no copyrights on anything in Creative Commons. In fact, it's actively against the rules to put any copyrighted material in the Creative Commons section of YouTube. And it's against the rules to copyright or copyright claim anything put in Creative Commons, as in afterwards. You cannot copyright it afterwards, and you cannot copyright claim it if you put it in Creative Commons, because you're basically saying it's free to use, it's public domain, it's fair use to just take and do with what you will. But TikTok's system doesn't seem to understand that. It doesn't recognize non-copyrighted music and will still give you a copyright claim for it anyways. And that's not even including deleting videos, which TikTok does do that a bit too often than you would think, or straight up deleting people's profiles, to the point where it's not uncommon for TikTok content creators to already be on their 4th or 5th account by the time y'all might use the platform for the very first time. I personally, I'm already on my 4th account on TikTok. Or is it my 5th? I think it's my 5th. The other 2 got suppressed, as well as my most recent 3rd one. Another one was abandoned. The 5th one was the most recent one that got created. That one didn't even get any views. That one was shadow banned to high hell. And by the way, I'm not kidding when I say this happens to a lot of content creators, because a lot of my favorite content creators from TikTok ended up moving to YouTube because of TikTok censorship. Now, to be honest, some of them out there did move over to YouTube to make long-form content. And even ones that I watched that moved over to YouTube to preserve their content make long-form content now, which at the time you couldn't on TikTok because the maximum was 3 minutes. Eventually they did upgrade it to 10 minutes. But most content creators that did want to make long-form content were making videos longer than 10 minutes. So they still went to YouTube. Or I should say came here to YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube. Shout out to those watching on BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. I upload to those platforms too for those of you on YouTube. Or anywhere else in the future. Quality. But nonetheless, the primary reason why many of my favorite content creators on YouTube, to begin with, is to preserve their content. So they don't keep losing videos they work so hard on because the TikTok algorithm got a little fucking pissy that day. And I always use this one example when I talk about the serious censorship issues that go on TikTok. But I remember one time when one of my favorite content creators who does videos on zoology, something geography, diet or something like that, whatever his ad is. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, go ahead and mention them in the comment section down below. I suck with names. But one time he was answering a question of somebody asking him, what was your favorite animal? He responded with an emoji of an elephant. And that comment got him banned for harassment and bullying. Not just a community guideline strike. not just a comment deleted. He got banned off of the platform. It was a temporary ban, a temporary suspension. But he got a suspension, a temporary ban, because all he did was answer a question of what his favorite animal was with an emoji. To keep it short and simple. Now, luckily for him, he had some TikTok connections to help fix that issue. But for content creators who don't, such as myself, we're shit out of luck. Because unfortunately, we don't bring in the money.
Money.
As it seems like TikTok definitely prioritizes the creators who seem to keep bringing in the bucks. But not all of them. As again, they wouldn't be moving to YouTube if they weren't having issues on TikTok to begin with. But good luck thinking you're going to bring those content creators over with the long form content just because you updated the system to allow up to 1 hour videos TikTok. That's not the reason why so many of them, well, that's not the primary reason why so many of them moved to YouTube. Yes, a lot of them wanted to make long form content. But guess what? Even if you allow long form content now, nobody's going to want to upload there with your serious censorship issues to the point where you mute and delete videos. YouTubers sure as hell are not going to want to come over. They're tired of YouTube shit. You think they're going to want to deal with your shit, TikTok? Go eat a fucking dick. And oh my god, don't even get me fucking started on the TikTok CEO. Hey everyone, Shao here. Here to tell you about how the government's suppressing your freedom of speech and creativity. Really? So it's the US government that's suppressing my videos on TikTok? It's the US government trying to emotionally manipulate me and push me into using the promotional feature? Is it the US government that gave me those unfair violation guideline strikes? Was it the government that muted my video that gave me a copyright claim? That shadow banned me in the fucking algorithm? Was it the US government that pushed my favorite content creators onto YouTube? You dumb, lying son of a bitch. You have the audacity, the fucking cojones, to say that the US government is infringing on the First Amendment. When, oh my god, you are lucky the First Amendment doesn't apply to corporations, because nobody is infringing on it harder than you, Mr. Zhao. You fucking lying hypocrite piece of shit. And you wonder why some people think you're working for the fucking Chinese. And just so it's known, in case some people haven't seen my previous videos, yes, I know the dude is from Singapore. Yes, I know TikTok is technically a Singaporean corporation. I don't know why the word was, I don't know. My brain was stuck there. But for the most part, that's irrelevant with half of the shit that TikTok does. That probably happens under his watch with his know about. He definitely knows what's going on the platform. I have no doubt about it. But he has the audacity to feed people this shit and to tell people, oh, go talk to your representatives and senators and tell them how you feel about this. Literally getting kids to contact Congress when they don't even know why the TikTok ban is bad. This is a real fucking thing, by the way. This actually freaking happened. You can look it up. Kids were calling Congress just because, well, the TikTok app said I'm supposed to call you because the TikTok ban is bad, but I don't know why I'm calling you. What am I supposed to do? Nothing, little Jimmy. Nothing. Because the ban doesn't affect you. Negatively, at least. In fact, I would say the ban would have some positive effects. Not manipulating the children. While some fucking CEO from a foreign land says, oh, the government's trying to suppress your freedom of speech because you can't access this one application that will have no problem censoring you itself without the US government's help. And the fact that TikTokers are falling for this shit, hook, line, and motherfucking sinker. And y'all wonder why everybody else on the internet sees you as nothing but a bunch of fucking morons who can't critically think for themselves for more than 5 fucking seconds. Some of y'all literally sitting there defending a fucking corporation that in some cases has suppressed some of you. And will still sit there and say shit like, well, you should still fight for it so you can at least say at least you tried. Classic Mandy. Like, way to make yourself look like a fucking joke. Like a fucking clown. Oh, at least you tried. Tried what? Defending a corporation that doesn't give a fuck about you? That actively suppressed your videos and pushed you to another platform? That's what you're going to say at least you tried for? Now, in all honesty, I am glad that some of the decent content creators are coming to YouTube to preserve their content. I don't think they should all lose their content and lose their audience just because of the bullshit that happens on TikTok. But forgive me if some of those content creators end up looking like a bunch of fucking clowns to me, because they literally want to sit there and say, I'm going to defend this platform that's literally fucking me in my ass with no lube. Okay then. By all means. Allow TikTok to slip its dick down your throat, and by all means, thank them for it. Because that's what you're doing. Actively supporting a fucking hypocrite while he actively manipulates y'all. And the fucking children. Which, let's go back to the whole situation of shadow banning and try to trick me into buying the promotional tool. How else am I supposed to see that as anything other than emotional manipulation? Try to get me to get so desperate, so depressed on not getting any views, any natural raw views on my content, that you're trying to get me to fall for this fucking manipulative scam tactic to give you money for views, TikTok. Do you understand how fucking scummy that looks? And then when I take into consideration of the fact that your platform's mostly children, I can only imagine what more scummy shit you're doing behind the scenes that I don't know of. That you're pushing onto these fucking kids that are trying so hard to get clout. Which, as of recently, I just actually saw a couple of videos talking about some of the horrific shit that happens on TikTok to children that not too many people know about, because TikTok tries so hard to not only suppress this shit being known or noticed within their algorithm, but in other places too, like regular media. As in like news stations. Some of the stuff that I kind of want to talk about, but I don't really know what to say about it. You know, I'm not really qualified to talk about some of the stuff that has happened behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, but not well known on TikTok. Because pretty fucked up shit is happening a lot behind the scenes and in front of the scenes on TikTok. And a lot of the users are just acting blind, like nothing's happened. Oh, well, if it's not happening to me, then why do I have to worry about it? Yeah, it's not an issue for you until it happens to you. But then when it happens to you, it's like, why is nobody helping me? Why ain't nobody making up for me? Because you didn't speak up for anybody else. And now nobody wants to speak up for you. When you can't even speak for yourself. By the way, if you want to hear about some of that stuff that I can't really talk about here right now, I will link some of those videos in the description down below, as well as my previous videos talking about TikTok and the ban. As well as my videos calling out TikTok's hypocrisy, those compilation videos. Which, by the way, sometime this week or next week, I will actually make 2 more. I actually have 1 more with shadow banning, and another one that I will eventually put together of more content creators calling out TikTok's bullshit, especially in relation to them constantly asking them to support them through this ban while they have the audacity to censor motherfuckers, crying about censorship. Seriously, how the fuck do you think that makes you look? You're censoring people while you're crying about censorship, TikTok. You fucking ignorant ass hypocrite. And then you look even more fucking stupid on Twitter where you cry about it, and everybody in the comment section is either calling you out or asking for your help because of the censorship you push onto your creators. And look, to anybody out there who genuinely likes using the platform as a creator or a user, I'm not trying to convince you to stop using TikTok. I'm not trying to convince you to be in support of the ban or anything. But stop supporting a fucking corporation that doesn't care about you. But, I mean, I can understand if YouTube was in the same circumstance. A lot of people would be in support of YouTube. But even YouTubers would still not be fucking simping for YouTube. And the amount of times I've actually tried to talk about an issue on TikTok. And not only does my video either not go nowhere, but sometimes the comments I do get is just a bunch of fucking idiots crying about the mask. Immediately crying about politics in a video that has nothing about politics. Crying about the epidemic in a video that has nothing about that says nothing about the epidemic. This is for my identity, people. I don't give a flying fuck about your politics. I fucking don't. Well, he's wearing a face diaper. He must be a Biden supporter. What the fuck does a piece of cloth have anything to do with whether or not I support a specific fucking geriatric leader? And it's not like this brain rot stupidity is exclusive to TikTok. I get it on YouTube too. But on TikTok, the stupidity is times 5. I will literally have some dumbasses in the same comment section say shit like, why are you wearing a mask indoors? Why are you wearing a mask outdoors? Why are you wearing a mask when you're not in a hospital? Why are you wearing a mask by yourself? Can you see my face? Well, no. Well, then I think the job of the mask is successful. It has been performed. I am not using it because I am sick. I am using it to protect my identity. Oh, but you're still not in a hospital. But you're still inside or outside. What the fuck does that have anything to do with it? That is beyond irrelevant to the purpose of the mask. Well, I still think you're an idiot because you're not outside or inside. As if somehow a piece of cloth ceases to function whether I'm indoors or outdoors. And you TikTokers wonder why you're seen as fucking retarded. And you wonder why people think this app is actively frying people's brains. Because y'all say stupid shit like that. With a straight face. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It is what it is. Agree with me, disagree with me, whatever the case may be. Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. But I don't give a fuck about that platform anymore. I wish nothing but the worst for TikTok. And I hope they get fucking banned. And if the federal ban doesn't succeed, there will be a few more state bans right behind it to take its place. To pick up the slack. Now, do I really think the ban is going to be successful in anything? No. In all honesty, I'm going to go ahead and give my stance on the ban right now. I think the ban is completely and utterly pointless. It's stupid. Because anybody can get around it with a VPN or a location setting change. Literally just tell your device you're in a country where TikTok is still allowed, and then, dun dun, you got access to your fucking account. Now, if it's banned in the States, or in just a specific state, certain content creators may have a hard time getting their money if they make money directly through TikTok. But there's always sponsorships. You can always sling your merchandise somewhere the fuck else. That's not putting all your eggs in one basket. Risking that basket of eventually breaking and dropping all your fucking eggs. Because the basket is not of very good quality. And they specifically woven the basket to sometimes drop your eggs being your content, your videos, so that it never gets touched. And just falls flat on the ground. And nothing's ever done with it. It's never successful. You never get to make your omelet. You got to crack an egg, but you never got to make your fucking omelet. Regardless, whatever the case may be, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. And look, if you like TikTok, that's fine. But if I catch any motherfucker simping for a corporation in my comment section, I am going to emotionally brutalize you. I'm going to treat you like you're the most ignorant piece of shit on this planet because you might as well be. And TikTok, as a corporation and as a platform, go fuck yourself. And I hope you fucking sink into the motherfucking dirt. As for the community, I hope you find better ventures in other social media platforms that treat you better. But for those who keep simping for this platform, I hope you lose it all. Just for putting all your eggs in one basket, being so fucking naive, so fucking dumb enough to think that a $1 million corporation gives a fuck about you. Honestly, I don't even know how to end this video now. I guess, is TikTok just as bad as people make it out to be? Kind of, yeah. Kind of is. And that's the shit I've experienced on the surface. Who knows what's, again, going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, that we can't see. The content, not too much, but the platform in general, both as just a regular user, viewer, and a content creator standpoint, that fucking platform sucks, man. And the more and more I use it, the more and more I just want to stick to YouTube. And the more and more I'm glad some of the TikTok content creators I do like came to YouTube. I don't have to worry about them being, you know, just gone forever because they've been completely deleted off of the platform or their content is still available. I could watch longer videos. I'm just glad I don't have to be on TikTok anymore to watch some of the good content creators. And I know some people still want to stick with it because some people did manage to become successful. And I do have some respect for those people, not because they were successful on TikTok, but because they managed to become successful and fight through all the censorship. I gotta give credit where credit is due on that. But now that some of y'all got your following, do the smart thing and spread your content on other platforms. Don't leave all your eggs in one basket, then fucking cry when the basket is dropped. Upload to other platforms, or at the very least, save your content on an external hard drive. Trust me, I take my own advice, and I would say that to any content creator or anybody who makes any form of art, digitally of course. Back it up on an external storage device, because you never know when you have issues with the platform or even your device. Just take precautions, because it is a bitch and a half to start over. And stop simping for a corporation that doesn't fucking care about you. I mean, hell, YouTubers still use YouTube as much as they're starting to freaking hate YouTube. They accept the fact that this is a place they have to come to for what they do. But that doesn't mean we gotta suck YouTube's dick. Okay, we can still criticize the platform. You can do the same thing with TikTok. You can still like TikTok, you can still want to use TikTok and still criticize TikTok. I just wish TikTok understood that. As a platform, not necessarily just as a community. I mean, this does extend to the community too, but I mean just as a platform, as a corporation. They just don't care about that shit. They don't care to get better if it doesn't bring in the green. Social media corporations in a nutshell. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen. Like if you liked, dislike if you dislike. Subscribe to Add a Little Dose of Chaos in your life if you're interested in more. I do a lot of other stuff on this channel. I might do some more stuff on this channel soon, because this is practically my final video on TikTok, thank God. Besides my next following compilations with more evidence of TikTok censorship and hypocrisy. But once I finish those next 2 or 3 compilations, which might come out within this week, I'm finally done with this platform, and I probably won't talk about it for a very long time, if at all. Because frankly, just even thinking about that platform, it's negative for my mood, it's negative for my health, physically, mentally, emotionally. Just, ladies and gentlemen, do not use that fucking platform. It is, never mind addictive, it's manipulative as hell. Okay, we're completely forgetting about the algorithm and its content. In other ways, it's completely manipulative. Well, there goes my quick rant. Feel free to rant with me in the comment section if you want to. Whether you like TikTok and want to criticize them, or hate TikTok and want them to be banned, I don't care either way. I'm not trying to convince people one way or the other. Feel free to criticize TikTok, or hell, even YouTube if you want to, in this comment section, since I kept comparing and contrasting the two. Because as much as we do use these platforms, we use them because there's no other alternative that's actually better. Sorry, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey, but you guys still don't truly compete with YouTube. You guys are decent, but you guys still can't compete with YouTube. You guys don't even have a fucking algorithm. I know you don't want algorithm bias, but just curate fucking content, please. Because at this point, I'm begging for any alternative that's not fucking TikTok or YouTube. HK out. Have a good one. Oh, and by the way, sorry that this video went from inside to outside. I just really needed to get some fresh air and get some shit off of my chest, I guess. I just, for some reason, felt the mood to record as I started to walk. I don't know, maybe it could have been better. There wasn't a little bit of noise pollution and I wasn't, covering the freaking microphone. I need to figure out what's the best way to hold the phone when walking around. What's the best position? But I don't know. Maybe if given the right opportunity to, I would record again outside because for some reason, it kind of felt nice. I'm serious. It felt nice to actually make a video outside. I don't know why. Maybe it just felt nice to get out of the house and still do what I want to do.